We've been hunting vintage watches for the past decade, and throughout our interactions with collectors and other avid hunters of oddities, we've come to realize watches are a simple conduit to our passion. What we chase are stories about time and how this one variable imparts its touch upon these objects. Whether it's an aged Japanese whiskey, a tropical Rolex watch, or even a weirdly mutated cactus, there exists an ethos that goes beyond any one simple hobby or discipline. In this series, we explore that ethos and speak to others outside of our watch community to better understand what we truly chase.
The seed was already planted. I mean, growing up in the valley in Kalihi, I was surrounded by nature. Like, nature was my playground. So, and growing up, my mom would always be like, I'm going to church, and she would head out into her garden. And I didn't really get it until I started going to church myself. Like, I found that it brought me to a present moment. It's kind of like when you get pulled in by a new genre of music or a new band, you just want to learn everything about it, So when you dig in deeper, it goes further and it splits off, and then it leads you to new things. So it's just like this rabbit hole constantly. You're discovering new things and new genres of plants and subspecies and all that stuff. There's no two plants alike, and the more kind of fucked up they look, the cooler they are. And you can't say that for a lot of things, It's really about meeting the people and really being part of the human community, not just the online, through Instagram, but going out and meeting these folks. They just lead you to the next person and the next person. Everybody just wants the brand new sort of thing, the most perfect sort of thing. I think all of us are searching for, just those oddities. And the plant collection really spawned from also being a record collector. You're always digging. And early on with eBay, I made it a point to not buy records on eBay because I liked the hunt. I liked searching for what I really wanted. It's too easy to go online, add to cart, you can get everything, and it takes the fun out of it. So that's kind of how I approach the whole plant thing. I really like talking to the folks and knowing where these plants came from, the origins of them, if they were grown from seed, how long they've been taking care of them. And you get to know, the history behind what got them inspired. And that's like the coolest thing ever, is really just connecting, over this hobby of plants. Collecting plants has been, one of those things where it's, you have to put in your time and learn and go through the seasons. You never have it mastered. You never have it figured out. It's a non-verbal sort of communication that's happening, right? But it's also coming from you. It's your awareness that's gonna take you to the next step, Are you gonna notice something that's happening? Are you gonna be present in that moment to be aware that, hey, this thing is kind of struggling, Then are you gonna have compassion or presence to be to take it a step further? It's really just like that whole mentality behind some of these plants, like the copiapoas, that grow in Chile. They die to stay alive. So they pretty much they're feeding the top, all the new growth. So again, if you're a cerebral person, you can look into things and sort of equate them into how you're living, Maybe certain parts of us should die to bring forth the new. It should leave some shit behind and just kind of keep going, There's definitely a Tao of plants. There's a power to it if you listen enough. It's a non-verbal sort of cerebral thing. It sounds super cosmic. And I know that the people that really frickin' get lost in their garden, they know, they have to. I haven't really spoken to many people about it, but I know that I'm not the only one.